Hey guys, it's DJ. Welcome back to my channel. Let's talk books. So first off, Happy New Year to everyone out there. I hope that the beginning of 2024 has been absolutely amazing for you. I myself started out the year sick as hell. Like, half the country is sick. A lot of people have the flu, they have the colds, they have all these different like respiratory illnesses, and I was a part of the number. When I say this flu situation like had me down bad, I mean, I was down bad. But I'm thankful to be healed and recovered. I still have like a little phlegm, throat, cold sickness thing. You know, the little residue that comes with everything. I still have that. And yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And, you know, the year started off crazy. There was like a earthquake in Japan. We are still at war, and war is enlarging as we speak. And, you know, all the craziness that comes with it. So I just feel like hopefully this isn't a foreshadowing of what the rest of the year will hold for us. We are hoping, wishing, and praying for a great year. And that is that. We're leaving it at that. So this first video that I wanted to do for 2024 is pretty much something different, and I wanted to start the year off doing just different things than how I normally do it so that this year can be different. And I wanted to start the year off reading paperback books. Now, I am not a fan of paperback. I don't know why. I just like a hardcover book. A hardcover book to me is a book. And a paperback is just like one of those books that you just grab and toss around and, you know, you just don't take care of because they bruise easily, and I don't like that. I don't want a book that's going to be like folded and creased on the cover, messing up the visuals. That's just not my thing, but let's do something different, right? So I grabbed 8 paperback books off of my shelf that I've been planning to read for a very long time. And of course, we all have those TBR lists that we need to like chisel away at. And that's what I'm doing. So let's get into these paperbacks that I plan on reading at some point in 2024. But before I get into the 8 books that I picked for my paperback 2024 reads, let's talk about 2 books, one that I have finished already and one that I'm currently reading. So the first book that I finished reading in 2024 is Dark Matter. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. And before we get into that, let's talk about the fact that I did get my nails done. Yes, they are a bit different from the last time. I think they're better. They kind of match my vibe a little bit more. A little different from what I'm used to. Some little nail art, you know what I'm saying? Look at the thumbs. And you know, I was sick, so of course I have a little grow out now. I wish that I would have been able to show you guys these nails like when they were fresh to death. And yeah, but I think that they are very nice. They happened. They're going on right now. It's matching my jewelry and my black vibe, you know. This is what's happening. So yeah, Dark Matter. This book I actually gave a 5-star because it just gave me everything that I needed. Like everything that I want out of a sci-fi book, this book brought that to life. So really quickly, this book is following a man by the name of Jason Denson. He is a science professor, and he's pretty much like a really brilliant person. He's like almost like a genius. And he lives with his wife Daniela and his son, I forget his son's name, but they all live together in Chicago. So one night, Jason is like in the house chilling with his wife, and he mentions that one of his friends who has like created this really, really cool project is out like having drinks because he won this award. And he's like, you know, maybe I should go and like say hello and congratulations and all those things. And his wife is like, yeah, you know, you rarely go out anymore. Just go. And he's like, but I'm making dinner. I'm enjoying this time with my family. Just go, right? So Jason decides that he's going to go see his friend. He goes to the bar and, you know, they have a little conversation, and the conversation gets kind of heated because Jason is revealing that, like, it was really him that was supposed to go down this road of life of, like, being the famous scientist that, like, discovers and invents certain things and to create this mechanism that this specific scientist has created. So they get into this heated argument, and Jason decides, you know what, it's time for me to go. Congratulations, but I'm out of here. So Jason is on his way home, and all of a sudden this person is following him. The person like grabs him, beats him up, hits him in the neck with like a syringe, and like now he has this drug in his system, takes him to this cube, throws him in the cube, and all of a sudden he's in another dimension. So long story short, Jason is now thrusted into this like adventure almost, to where he is hopping from dimension to dimension, and they're all parallel dimensions to his original world. He's going from dimension to dimension with this lady named Amanda, I believe, and they're just trying to figure out how to get back to his world, because there are millions upon millions of parallel universes like smashed together, and they do it through this box, this mechanism that another Jason created in another universe. It's a lot. Like, the story gets really crazy, but it's very descriptive. We get to learn a lot about Jason. We get to learn about the different dimensions that are connected to him emotionally. We get to feel like how he has taken his marriage and his time with his wife for granted. And he's like really, really fighting really hard to figure out himself and how he can get back to his original life, his family, his dimension. And it's a really crazy story. It's really... Blake did his thing in this book, and I can't wait to read another book by this author, because if this was this good, I can only imagine what's to come. But yeah, Dark Matter, first book I finished in 2024. It was really, really good. This should be a movie. So the next book I wanted to talk about is Aatu Witch, and this is by Nnedi Okorafor. So this book is just like a random pick for me. I was just in here sick as hell trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I was like, if I'm going to be sick and just in the house, maybe I can try to read something. And Aatu Witch is the first book that I picked up. I just randomly grabbed it. And this book is following a young girl by the name of Sunny. Sunny, her family is originally from Nigeria. She was born in Nigeria, but like at the age of like, I want to say like 7, they moved to America. So Sunny spent a good amount of time in America, and they came back to Nigeria to live when Sunny is, I believe, 13 now. So Sunny is very bright, very smart, and has like this connection to flame, to fire. And one night Sunny is like in the house chilling or whatever, but like really looking into this flame from this candle, and gets a little too close, and Sunny literally like catches on fire. Like her hair is on fire, and she's like running through the house, and she's trying to get like out of the fire, off of fire. She doesn't want to be on fire anymore. But what is revealed is that when Sunny got super close to the flame, Sunny saw the end of the world in the flame. So like Sunny is not even really concerned with the fact that like she's lost most of her hair. You can kind of see like her hair is short on this cover, if you can really see it. But yeah, her hair is short. It used to be really long, but caught on fire. So she saw the end of the world in this flame, and now she's like, what the hell? Like, why am I seeing these things? But I also saw it, and that's crazy. And so Sunny is albino, and of course, an albino person with long like yellow or golden hair, and it's like caught on fire, comes back to school. The kids are like taunting and bullying, and Sunny is going through it. And Sunny has one friend in school, and his name is Orlu. And Orlu and another girl from down the block named Chi-Chi, these three kind of like start this trio. They're friends, and Chi-Chi reveals that they are leopard people. And leopard people meaning like people that are a part of like a magical group that is like passed down through like hereditary spirituality. So Chi-Chi has like specific magic powers, Orlu has powers, and they're revealing it to Sunny that she also has powers. So they take Sunny to this place where she gets initiated, and she has like this like spirit animal. They all have these like animal spirits that are connected to them, and it like reveals who they are spiritually and magically. And Sunny is like the sun. crazy. That's pretty much what I've gotten up to. I'm only like maybe 100 something pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. I read another book by Okorafor. I think it was Remote Control, and that was really good too. It was a book about this girl named Sankofa, and she had these crazy magic powers that would like kill people if they got too close to her. But yeah, another magic book by Nnedi Okorafor, and I'm really enjoying it. It's giving 5-star vibes, but we'll see. You guys will hear about it in one of my next videos. But yeah, Aatu Witch, that's what I'm reading. Okay, so let's just get into these paperback books. There are some really, really good ones in this stack, and I can't wait to talk about them. So let's get into it. So the first book on my paperback list of 2024 is Purple Hibiscus, and this is by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Yeah, so check out the cover. This book is clearly like a classic. It's an iconic book because I've heard about this book in other books that I've been reading, and I've heard many people talk about this. It's on everybody's TBR or everybody's re-TBR. People love this book. It's a 5-star, and of course the author is like critically acclaimed. I'm not sure if I've read any of the author's books. I'm sure I have this and like 2 other books by the author. And I'm just glad to get into this because it's the thing. So Purple Hibiscus is following a character by the name of Kambili, and Kambili is in Nigeria. There's like a lot of military craziness going on, and during the time that all of this like military coups and craziness is going on in this town of Nigeria, Kambili's father sends her to go live with her aunt, where she has like this coming of age experience where she like falls in love. She finds out really deep secrets about the family. She deals with pain, all of those like gut-wrenching and positive, amazing things that make life what life is. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a really long read. That story sounds interesting just at the root of it, and I can't wait to read it. Plus the cover is really dope. I really like it. Hopefully the camera is doing it some justice. But yeah, Purple Hibiscus. Gonna read that. Okay, so the next book on my paperback list of 2024 is Midnight Robber, and this is by Nalo Hopkins. So I know this. See, that's another thing with like paperbacks. They're so glossy that you can barely really get a good look at them and light. But the cover is kind of dope, though. I really do enjoy that. It's fun. So this book is following a character by the name of Tantan, and Tantan lives on a Caribbean colonized planet named Toussaint. They're having this celebration where there's like music, dance, and it's like pagan god worship and things like that. And Tantan goes dressed up as the robber queen. Something happens where Tantan's father, who was like some like money hungry crazy person, he does something really bad. So now him and his daughter are like on the run, and they're like thrusted into this world where like mythological creatures and magic people are real, and humans are more so the outcasts in this world. Tantan is going through it, trying to like save herself, save humans, and she must really become the robber queen, like this mythological like goddess or creature or person. Not sure because I haven't read it. But yeah, Tantan has to become this person and use this like mythological power to save the day. Sounds good. This is not so big, right? But it's kind of thick. I don't know how long it'll take me to get through this, but hopefully I enjoy the journey. Yeah, Midnight Robber. So the next book on my 2024 paperback book reads list is The Unbroken. The Unbroken is written by C.L. Clark. See if that will focus. You know, my camera just doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do all the time, and here we are, just trying to focus. Yes, so The Unbroken is given that like general fantasy crazy adventure vibe. Just by looking at the cover and reading the synopsis, it's kind of giving me like The Rage of Dragons or The Fires of Vengeance. Absolutely crazy books, like honestly some of my favorite like top 5 fantasy, adventure, violence, crazy books. But this book is following two separate characters. One character is named Terrain, and Terrain is a soldier, a child who was like kidnapped and turned into like a war weapon, a weapon of war, and someone who like will just pretty much give their life for the Empire. And then the second person being followed in this is Luca, and Luca's uncle is pretty much the ruler of this land. The uncle is on the throne, and Luca is trying their best to figure out how to get the uncle off the throne. And apparently, I'm not sure if they link up or if they're actually like adversaries and battling each other. I have no idea, but pretty much this story is following their two leads and seeing how they like haggle and deal with like murder, assassinations, and like scandals, all of that like cliche fantasy stuff, but it's always the stuff that we love because fantasy is just crazy and dope and dramatic and everything you can think of in between. So I've actually heard a lot about this book. A lot of people have talked about it. I'm not sure. I think it came out a few years ago. But yeah, can't wait to read it. The Unbroken. Okay, so the next book on my 2024 paperback reads list is Open Water. Open Water is written by Caleb Azuma Nelson. I'm not sure if you can get a good look at that jammy. This is a really cool cover. Something a bit different from what we usually see. I've seen this book everywhere. I'm sure that a lot of you watching this have seen this book and you've probably read it. I have not read this book, but I plan on reading it. It's fairly short. It looks like a quick read. But this book is following a young black man and a young black woman. They both live in British London. They are smart. They're artists. He's a photographer. She's a dancer. They both got into these really good universities with scholarships and the whole 9 yards. So they are like living the dream. They meet, they fall in love. And this story is pretty much following that like journey of them falling in love, but then kind of like shining a light on things that happen to great relationships that can like really like test the bond that these people have or even rip them apart. It talks about how black people are usually just seen as black people, and a lot of the nuances that make people who they are not always represented when people do watch the lives of black people. So it just goes into like being vulnerable, having resilience, and trying to negate and find ways away from the distractions or the things that may be out of our control that are based in racism, based in discrimination, that can really rip a relationship apart. How black men are just seen as masculine brutes or men of crime, and how black women are usually seen as angry and just annoyed and aggressive, and those things spill into the relationships that are connected through love or through family, and it really has a deep impact on a lot of people, and this book is shining a light on those happenings. So yeah, can't wait to read it. Open Water. Bam! I hope you guys know that there are going to be a lot of like fantasy books on this list because a lot of fantasies are paperbacks. A lot. Unless that's just the aesthetic of the author and they just come out with like books that are hardcover and beautiful and fantasy. But a lot of these are fantasy books that I just couldn't get in hardcover, and here we are. Okay, so the next book on my paperback 2024 book list is Gods of Jade and Shadow, and this is by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So this book is actually really popular. A lot of people have read this book. When it came out, it was just the thing. And I really wanted to get the hardcover version of this book, and I still have the chance to get it. I may actually just give this one away. So if I enjoy it, if I don't, keep watching the videos because you may get a free book. This book is about a girl by the name of Cassiopeia Tun, and she's in Mexico, and she's living this life where she feels like it's mundane. She has nothing going on. She's bored. She's ready for adventure. And one day she opens this old wooden box, and inside that box is the Mayan god of death. and they go on this journey. It's like a cross-country journey that takes her from like the Yucatan, it takes her to Mexico City, it takes her to all these different places, and she's accompanied by this god of death, and she encounters ghosts, shapeshifters, sorcerers, all sorts of things, like high fantasy. And I heard that it's a really good book. I heard it's like a 5-star by a lot of people who have like reviewed fantasy, who read fantasy and they love fantasy. So that sounds like I'm going to really enjoy it. Doesn't seem to be that long, but it's a paperback. That's what this video is about, and I'm going to read it. But cover is fire. Really, really, really like the cover. It's nice. Colors and all of that. But yeah, I might give this away because I really want the hardcover. But yeah. The next book on my paperback reads of 2024 TBR list, paperback-ish stuff, is New Suns. And this book is actually an anthology with like multiple authors, and they are writing about the supernatural, they're writing about sci-fi, horror. It's like a range of genres. Let me show you the cover because the cover is fire as well. But it's a range of like authors, white, black, Asian, different authors writing about different things and just kind of like breaking the barriers of what we believe sci-fi, horror, and fiction and all of those different genres really are. They're breaking those barriers and creating really, really, really crazy stories. I haven't heard much about these stories or of this book, but I think it's going to be really good. And of course, the cover really drew me in. I really, really like the cover. But yeah, I love all genres, and I feel like if it's about magic, I'm definitely going to love it, so we shall see. But New Suns. So the last book on my paperback 2024 TBR reads list is Son of the Storm. And this book is by Suyi Devis Okongboa. I think I did pretty well on that. I hope I did. Hey. But yeah, the cover is dope. Another fantasy book, and you know, similar to what I was just speaking about with some of the other books, it also features like a young child or a young man that lives in a fantastical place, and they're just like mundane. I'm not feeling the way life is going because I'm bored, and they are like seeking adventure. And this book is following the character by the name of Danzo, and Danzo is like on the cusp of greatness, like becoming someone truly great in their city or their town. But that's not what Danzo wants. Danzo wants to like chase after stories of secrecy and explore and uncover things, and pretty much gets exactly what he's looking for. So apparently Danzo comes across this like warrior war magic and finds a way to get out of the city, even though like all the elders and the elite people in the city are saying, hey, there's nothing outside the city. You're chasing after ghosts, like just be who you're supposed to be. Danzo figures out a way to get out of the city and unlocks all these different like histories and secrets about the city and their people, and it creates chaos. It starts this whole thing, and Danzo is like in the center of it and pretty much on a big journey, because look at the size of this book. I'm sure this is one of those like 600-page books. Okay, 446 pages. I guess that's not bad, but it's going to be a lot to read. But I like that anyway, because if you have seen my past videos, you already know I love big books and I cannot lie. But yeah, this is like a thick one, and I actually do enjoy these type of paperbacks because they're thick and it makes me feel like I'm actually getting into something chunky and juicy. And yeah, so Son of the Storm, I will be reading this. Hopefully it really gets me into the fantasy vibes. I want all fantastical, crazy things this year. I want things that are going to make me happy, make me smile, and make me forget that the world is just doing a somersault over and over and over again, and we are dizzy. We are dizzy. So yeah, those are the paperback books off of my shelf that I feel like I need to jump into in 2024. I have a lot of things planned for this year and for this channel just to kind of like amp up the vibes more. I really want to create more videos and engage with you all more. Thank goodness for recovery, because this month I was sick. I was sick for like a week, and I really wanted to like do another video, but that's okay, because here I'm making this video and engaging with you all, and we're talking about books. And also at some point in this channel, I would like to integrate my love for the screen and like shows, series, movies, different things that I love, and integrate that with the books, because who doesn't like movies? If you don't like movies, we have some things to talk about. I mean, come on. So those are the books that I've been thinking of reading recently, and I hope that these are some good recommendations for you all. I hope that you can like leave some stuff in the comments. Let me know if you're feeling those vibes that I've talked about. If you've read any of those books, let me know in the comments. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all already know the vibes. We are building here. We are making something happen. And I hope that you all are enjoying the time. Until next time, thanks for rocking with me. I'll see you later. Peace.